Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back. Jamie here today, and we're going to be talking about X, which is a horror film released in 2022, written and directed by Ty West. And I gotta say straight up, like, the acting's good inside this film, the cinematography, the directing. The only problem with it is the story. And I can't really talk about the story without getting to spoilers, so obviously this video is going to have spoilers. So if you haven't seen the film yet or you don't really care, carry on watching. Basically, like I said, my problem is with the story. And let's just jump right into it. The killers are an old couple, an old man and an old woman. They gotta be what? Late 70s, early 80s at least. The old woman looks like just skin and bones, man. I know it's a horror film and stuff in general. You gotta let go of your logic and, you know, it's not really logical. But this, it's like, I was expecting like another element. Like halfway through, I was like, okay, is it gonna be supernatural? No. Is it gonna be occult? No. I was just a ghost, anything, give me something, an extra layer, but no, it's literally just an old man and an old woman killing people. Like the first kill or two, sure, you can understand, but then after that, it's just like, come on, man. And then how are we supposed to, like, how are they getting rid of the bodies? Like, really, like, we'll jump right into it. The film's set in 1979, and like, it starts with the aftermath. It's the crime scene in a house, and the police are arriving. And we don't really see much. We see like a dead body underneath the sheets and stuff and a lot of blood. And it cuts to 24 hours before. We're introduced to the main character, Maxine, who apparently some people didn't think she was the main character. They thought it was going to be another character. But come on, it's the first person you see. Like, that should be a dead giveaway that she's going to be the main character. Like, we're spending most of the time with her. But in case you didn't know, the film's about like 6 people. They're going to make an adult film, let's say, in Texas. And then, you know, they start getting murdered. That's basically the plot of the film. It's definitely a 70s, 80s callback to horror, but it doesn't feel original to me. It just feels like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a bit of Halloween, bit of Grindhouse, bit of Devil's Rejects, just put them all together, and that's what this is. I was really disappointed by this film. I was expecting a lot. I was hearing a lot from the horror community, and yeah, it just didn't live up to the hype. Like I said, we got the 6 people. We got Jenna Ortega, who was Tara in Scream 5. She's inside this film. And her boyfriend, I thought it was Eric from the Evil Dead 2013 reboot. He looks just like Eric out of that, but apparently it's not the same actor. But throughout this film, when I was watching it, I was like, yeah, that's Eric. Eric and Tara teaming up, all about that. We got Maxine as well, like I said, the main girl. Her boyfriend's like a Wish version of Matthew McConaughey. Like, he really is. Like, he's got more muscle, like we see later on, but the way he's acting and everything, it's Matthew McConaughey vibes all the way. And then there's 2 other characters as well. There's the main adult actor, and then, well, they're basically the other 2 characters are the star of the adult film, basically. That's what they are. So from there, they arrive at the house, which looks just like the Chainsaw Massacre house from the original 74 film. Which I guess in a way it's, it's supposed to be like a callback or whatever. But that's the problem with this film. It just literally feels like every single different film just put together. Like, it doesn't feel original to me, and I was really disappointed, like I said. But the old couple's living there, I mentioned before, the old man and the old woman. And he's like talking to him like, oh, my wife gets confused and stuff, and he's got a shotgun, and he's walking around with it and stuff. Skipping ahead a bit to later on, because this film is an hour and 45 minutes long, right? It is way too long. It takes like an hour to get into it until the kills start happening. Like I said, they're making a porno. The old woman comes out at night and she watches, and it arouses her. She goes back to her husband and she wants, the full thing from her husband. He's like, I can't give it to you, my heart. I'm gonna have a heart attack if I do. That's what this film basically is. It's all about like, love and getting old and sexuality and stuff like that. Like, you can tell the theme of it, but it just wasn't interesting to me, man. I was expecting like a gory horror film. We didn't barely get that. Like, when we get the kills are not bad, but the way people were hyping it up, I was expecting like a complete gore fest, and it just average kills, to be honest. So skipping ahead a little bit, Jenna Ortega's character wants to be a part of the porno. And obviously that upsets the boyfriend, Wish version of Eric, who I still think's Eric, but he looks just like Eric. But yeah, that upsets him, so later on at night, he decides, you know what, screw it, so I'm going to get out of here. He tries driving away. We sees the old woman, like, blocking his path, so he gets out of the car. He's like, what are you doing? And she's, like, slowly starts coming to him and starts, like, kissing him and stuff. He's like, why'd you do that? And all of a sudden, she pulls out a knife and stabs him inside the neck. Does a little dance and keeps stabbing him while he's on the floor. So he's dead. Like, I could buy this kill, right? This kill, it was a surprise kill, wasn't it? So she didn't overpower him in a way. Like, just one good stab inside the neck, and then, that makes sense. I don't have a problem with this kill. It's later on that I have a problem with. So from there, Matthew McConaughey, which version anyway, he goes into the barn, he steps on like a nail, and that goes right through his foot, and you know, he's got quite a bit of blood coming out. And he sees like, what, 3 holes inside the wall, and they're blocked out, so he goes up to him, and it moves away, he's looking through him. All of a sudden, Pitchfork comes through, stabs him right through the eyes. So she's killed 2 people now. Again, this kill is not, I mean, it's believable in a way, she did lure him over, but still. Like, the fact she's got the power to do it. Like, you get a look at this old woman, man. She's just skin and bones. I don't think she has the power to do that, but... And then, when the guy's dead inside the barn, you see a silhouette, the shadow of her coming in with a pitchfork. And it just made me laugh so much. And she's just, like, wobbling over. And she just starts stabbing him with it. And I thought, is she going to pick him up? Is this where we find out she's got superhuman strength or something? Because that would be something. But nope, she's just stabbing him like, you know, oh my God, is that a dead body? She's just stabbing him. It's like, what the fuck? I forgot her name. I don't know her name. Jenna Ortega's character, she gets invited to the house by the old man, and he asks her to go and get a flashlight from the basement. And when she does, she goes down there. She finds like a man tied up there. He's still alive, and he's got like bruising down there. So you know she's been using him for her own fantasies or whatever. But then the old man locks her inside, so she can't get out. And then just later on from that, he lures the main star of the porno into like the pond swamp area. He finds the car and he realizes, oh shit, this guy's helping, you know, he's a murderer, and he just shoots him point blank inside the chest, so he's dead as well. So there's another character dead. But this one's believable because, you know, he did have the gun the whole time, and he looks a little bit more stronger than his wife, to be fair, and you know, the gun, shoot, that, you know, anyone can do that, so that's fine. He goes back to the house later on, and she's like got an axe, she's like getting through the door, and he like, I think he don't chop a finger off, but he hits a finger, and you know, that's all bloody as well. The other main star of the film, the girl, she goes to the what is it, the lake, the dock on the lake, and she finds the old woman there. She's approaching her, trying to help her out, but then she starts insulting her, calling her a whore or whatever. The old woman pushes her into the water, and then what? She's like, oh, bitch. And then all of a sudden, an alligator just comes and fucking swamps her in. And they did set up the alligator before when Maxine or whatever swam inside the water. You get the big long shot of the alligator coming. But still, it's just so coincidental. Like, she gets pushed in. She has the time to say bitch. And then boom, the alligator's there. So again, it's just this, I don't know, man. I feel like this film needed an extra horror element to take over the top, and I was just waiting for it and it never came. Maxine's hiding underneath the bed, and the old couple come in and they start having sex on the bed, so she gets out of the house. She tries escaping, but she hears a Jenna Ortega, I'm gonna keep calling her Jenna Ortega. She hears her from the basement, so she decides to try and help her out. And this is where the film gets even more stupid. She helps her out the basement, right? And Jenna Ortega's instantly like, oh, this is your fault. I can't believe, blah, blah, blah. She blames her for it. She just helped you out the basement. What the fuck? But then she starts running out the house, and instantly she gets shot inside the face by the gun. Oh my days, man. And like, I guess it's a twist in a way in it, because people thought, oh, she's going to be the main character. You know, Jenna Ortega's been in Scream now as well. She's been in a few horror films, but I knew straight away Maxine was the main character, because she's the first person we saw after the opening. That's usual cinema talk for this is the main character, but you know, she gets shot inside the head. And the old guy's like, oh, help me move the body. And I'm like, what the fuck? You're both 80 years old. How are you going to move that body? Like, literally, there's nothing supernatural going on here. You don't have a cult helping you. You got nothing like that. So he starts dragging the body. He's like, help me. And she doesn't help. She's just stood there. All of a sudden, it's revealed that Jenna Ortega's not dead yet. She makes like she moves or whatever. And that causes the old man to have a heart attack. Like he mentioned before, he actually has a heart attack and he dies. So of course the old woman's freaking out. She's like, oh, help me, help me, help me. She gets the gun and she's about to shoot Maxine. She shoots Maxine, but the bullet, instead the gun makes her fly back out the house. She goes fucking flying and she breaks her hip. And she's on the floor to Maxine, like, help me. Maxine's like, nope. She gets inside the car and she reverses and goes straight over her head, which is a decent kill. But again, like, people are hyping this gore up, and it's average gore. There's like nothing special about it. It's not like hatchet level of gore or anything like that. But yeah, she runs over her head and she's dead. And the twist of the film, throughout the film, we see a TV with a preacher on there, and it's revealed that Maxine is the daughter of the preacher. So, okay, that doesn't do anything for me. It really doesn't. Like I said, I was expected supernatural element or a cult or anything. From there, we go back to the beginning with the cops arriving on the scene. and they find the camera, and one of the guys like, I wonder what's on it. He's like, oh, it's one fucked up horror movie or whatever, and then we cut to the title sequence because it's over. So like I said, X, I was really disappointed with this. I'm gonna give it maybe a 6 out of 10. It was very slow, like an hour and 40 minutes. We didn't get a kill until like an hour into it. Not original, like I said, it literally just feels like Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween, Grindhouse films, Devil's Rejects all put together. If that's all it takes to make a film these days, maybe I should start making films again, because I need something more original on that, man. Main problem, like I said, is the story. The acting's fine, the cinematography's fine, the directing's fine. It's just the story that I have a main issue with. Like, I was waiting for the extra element, like I said, like supernatural, nope. Cult, nope. A ghost, nope. Anything, nope. It's just 80-year-olds somehow having the strength to do all this. It's just, you know. And like I said, I know it's a film, but still, like, I was expecting something else, and I was really disappointed because the horror community were hyping this up. And I don't get it, because I'm a fan of Halloween Kills and Scream 5. A lot of people don't like those films, but they like this. So, you know, we all have our different tastes at the end of the day. If we all liked the same thing, the world would be a boring place. Let me know what you thought of X 2022 inside the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. Until next time, peace out in a bit.